I'm Kimberly Blackstock. I'm an artist and an art instructor. And today I'm going to share with you just a little bit of insight into my practice, as well as a brief step-by-step of the pouring process I use in a lot of my work. So as an artist, I'm always looking for new ways to express myself creatively. But what happens is I end up creating bodies of work that look nothing like the body before them. One thing, though, I've noticed is that quite often I will incorporate pouring. I'm going to go over a little bit of the process, but it'll be based on the floral pours that I do. So step one when I'm doing a floral pour is to obviously work on the composition. However, I don't do a full sketch, just a little bit of where the values will be. I need to make sure I have a level surface so the paint doesn't move around on me. And I also tape off the edges all the way around my surface so the paint doesn't overflow or get pulled and change the actual painting. The next step is to mix all the paint that I need ahead of time. Believe it or not, this takes days and days and days to get the right consistency and then make sure that I have the right values, because when the paint dries, it's darker. And then I get to pour. So this is the fun part and the scary part. I can either pour all in one sitting or one day, and what that will result in is the colors moving around a lot more, because if the colors are touching each other, the pigments vary in their weight and they start to move around. So if they're touching each other, they travel more. So the control is not there as much, but you end up with a really flat surface, super smooth, and the colors sort of look like they've been melted together by the sun. And then with the bigger pieces, I can't pour all in one day because the colors would just move too much with that amount of surface, and it would be really challenging not to mess it up because I have to stand over top of it. So when I do a large pour, I now will do it in stages, and it creates more of a three-dimensional effect because the paint will dry and then I'll come back to the next day and do another layer, and so on and so on and so on. After each day of pouring, I then have to make sure I protect the painting while it's drying. So I have to put it underneath the table or an area that's covered on the sides, so no bugs fly in there or cat hairs land in there or anything like that. And it has to be really level. Even just a little bit off and your painting just starts to go sideways. So when the painting's dry, after about 4 days to touch and probably about a week or 10 days for completely dried, if I like it. There's many that have not turned out. So if it's as I had planned or even better, then I decide whether I want to, how I want to finish it off. So with the larger pours, I like to see the, right now anyway, I really like to see the texture and the bumps and the three-dimensional aspect of it. So I've been leaving those works without any resin on them. And then with these smooth pours that have no 3D texture to them, then I will just do a nice clean coat of resin, and that really saturates and brings out a little bit of depth to it. So that's it. Thanks for watching and learning a little bit about my art process. I hope you enjoyed it. And now I'm going to go get back to doing what I do much better than videos, and that is communicating through artwork.